In the year 2847, humanity reached for the truly impossible. We didn't just conquer the stars. We tried to break the laws of nature. I'm Dr. Kira Voss. Officially, I'm the lead analyst for the Stellar Quantum Communications Directorate. Unofficially, as of 3 days ago, I'm the only person in the 3 solar systems who knows the truth. The message wasn't a static-laced distress beacon. It was a precise, high-fidelity warning. It was data-rich, formatted not for a human receiver, but for the Echo Series quantum entanglement receiver currently sitting on my desk. But the variable that snapped my professional composure, the voice in the recording, the tone, the frequency, the subtle vocal fry on the car, a warning, it was indisputably mine. Let me calibrate your understanding. Station Echo was humanity's most ambitious project, a 100-year endeavor of planning and fabrication. It was built specifically to field test the most extreme consequence of general relativity, time dilation. The theory, codified by the Obsidian Project Charter, was brilliantly simple. Orbit close enough to the rotational axis of Obsidian 7, and time moves on a 1 to 1,825 ratio. 1 standard day for the 12 crew members on station equals 5 full standard years back on Earth. Their 6-month mission was designed to yield half a millennium of research data for us. The station housed 12 crew members, not soldiers, not miners. 12 of the finest minds in unified field mechanics and theoretical astrophysics. They were supposed to run their experiments for 6 months their time, a 5-decade haul for us, and return to an Earth that would see them as near mythic figures. But something went catastrophically wrong. On mission day 47 by our calendar, the year 2894, all communications suddenly ceased. The silence wasn't a fade. It was an abrupt, clinical excision of the station from the network. When the first long-range autonomous rescue probe arrived decades later, what it relayed was chilling. The station wasn't damaged. It was anatomically disassembled. The high-tensile titanium hull was not punctured or melted. It was twisted like a vast invisible hand had seized the station and wrung it out like a dishcloth. The 12 crew members? Gone. No bodies. No biological trace. The airlocks were sealed. Just empty corridors and the pervasive, heavy silence of the deep void. The official public report from the colonial administration cited a severe cascading structural failure, attributing the disaster to a yet undetermined singularity fluctuation. But I have seen the classified footage. The metal wasn't just twisted, it was pleated and folded into impossibly tight geometries. The internal hull plating showed evidence of negative spatial curvature, as if the very dimensions of the station had been temporarily crumpled like paper. Now, anchor yourself, because this is the pivot point. 3 days ago, our deep space network arrays, specifically the old generation phased array dish on Luna, picked up a signal. The telemetry and the unique quantum encryption signature matched station Echo's original communications protocol perfectly. Impossible, right? The station has been space junk for 2 centuries. Yet, the signal was verifiably real. And its time stamp proved it was recent. It had traveled only 3 light minutes. My team, skeptical by nature, immediately tagged it as interference, cosmic noise, a rare predictable convergence of stellar radiation that just happened to mimic an old, dormant digital pattern. I humored them. Then I ran the spectral density analysis not once, but 17 times. This was not noise. It was a structured, coherent, and highly energetic transmission. Someone or something was using Station Echo's primary quantum transmitter in the present moment. I circumvented the automated protocol for oversight review. Protocol dictates I immediately share any verifiable contact with the missing asset with the Interstellar Oversight Committee. But a cold knot of certainty in my stomach told me to wait, decode it alone. I stayed at the console for 32 straight hours, running the raw data through our latest generation quantum decryption array, forcing the shattered station echo encryption keys back into alignment. And when the audio file finally played, my body temperature dropped 10 degrees. Kira, listen to me. If you're hearing this, you have less than 24 hours to stop them. Do not let the new rescue mission launch. Station Echo doesn't fail because of structural fatigue or equipment malfunction. It fails because of what we find in the dilation field. And once you see it, once you understand the true geometry of the void, you can't unsee it. The black hole isn't a phenomenon. It's not a stellar remnant. It's a door. And whatever is on the other side has been waiting for the door to be opened. I have never been within 1,000 light years of Obsidian 7. I have never even been off Earth orbit. My voice print has never been recorded by that station's systems. So how is my voice in a 200-year-old message from a destroyed, non-existent space station? The only thing more terrifying than that question is the answer provided by the second transmission. The one that arrived 4 hours ago. The one that, based on the signature metadata, says I'm not only there, I'm listed as the Chief Mission Specialist for the original Lost Crew. Thanks for watching. If you want to find out what happens next, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next part of the story. I'll see you in the next transmission. They sent a second message. The first was just static, a warning shot. This one was a direct download. A 30-second high-res video file. The timestamp was locked to 2847. Mission Day 39. The location, Station Echo, Observation Deck 3. And there she was, me. Right now I'm 28. The person in the video. She's closer to 50. It's my face, but hollowed out, aged by a gravity I haven't even felt yet. My hair is a tangled mess of gray. And there's this thick healed scar running down my left cheek, from my temple to my mouth. A mark I don't have. She's wearing the charcoal gray flight suit of a Station Echo mission specialist. In the video, she's holding something up to the camera. It's a small metallic cube, no bigger than a die. Its surface isn't shiny. It seems to absorb light and then pulse it back out in these deep violets and blues. It's humming, this low-frequency thrum I can just barely hear in the audio, and the look on her face? She's not scared, she's weeping, crying with this profound, terrifying certainty. Then she speaks, and her voice is brittle, strained. They'll ask you to go, she says. They'll tell you it's the final frontier, that understanding Obsidian 7 will unlock faster than light travel, unlimited energy, the very destiny of our species. They'll offer you everything you've ever worked for. And you will say yes. You'll go because you're a quantum analyst, because you're curious to the point of self-destruction. You'll think you can handle the math, but you can't. The math is a lie. She holds the cube closer, and a strange light washes over her ruined face. This is what is inside the black hole, not crushed matter. Not pure energy, it's memory. Pure, organized, and infinitely recursive memory. Obsidian 7 isn't consuming space, Kira, it's consuming and storing time. Every moment that ever happened near its event horizon is cataloged. And something inside that archive has learned how to edit and play back the recordings. The video cuts to a scream of white noise, then restarts. Now the feed is from a security camera in Station Echo's main corridor. But the hallway is wrong. It's repeating. The same door, the same conduits on the ceiling, over and over, stretching into an impossible, dizzying infinity. And walking through it is Dr. Marcus Chun, the chief xenobiologist. He takes the same 7 steps, reaches the same door, turns and walks back. An endless 7-step loop. The camera pans, and the horror intensifies. All 12 crew members are there, scattered through the repeating corridor, each one trapped in their own tiny frozen moment. A woman is eternally reaching for a red alert panel. A man is suspended in midair, forever reeling from an explosion we can't hear. Every single one of them is repeating their last action, like a human clock with a broken second hand. Here's my analysis, the one I'm keeping locked away. Station Echo didn't just get too close to the black hole. The time dilation didn't just slow them down. It shattered their temporal existence. Time stopped being a river flowing forward. Instead, the crew is now experiencing it as a tiny recursive loop. The same few seconds replaying for all eternity inside the black hole's gravity well. The station itself became a ghost ship made of trapped time. But here is the detail that is keeping me awake at night. If I am in that video, then I am going to go there. Despite decoding my own warning, despite seeing the horrific fate of the crew, I still get in that shuttle and head for Station Echo. Why? What could possibly be more powerful than the instinct for self-preservation? It's like that movie Interstellar, but twisted. Instead of a tesseract built by future humans to send a message of love, this is a temporal torture chamber built by something else. Instead of a bookshelf connecting dimensions, it's a repeating hallway on a doomed station. And instead of trying to save humanity, I seem to be racing to stop myself from creating this nightmare. So I spent the last 2 days hacking through classified archives, digging into the redacted data on the Obsidian project. And I found it, the one detail they buried. Before all communication from Station Echo went dead, the crew sent one last frantic experiment log. They had discovered something just inside Obsidian 7's event horizon. Not a singularity, but a highly structured, repeating, and unmistakably artificial signal. They called it the pattern. The log stated that the pattern matched the complex neural oscillations, the actual brain waves of the human cerebral cortex. As if the black hole wasn't a star, but a massive, slow-moving biological intelligence. And the final line of that unedited log, scrawled in frantic shorthand and signed by Captain Sarah Voss, the original mission commander, said this: "We're going in. The pattern is calling to us. If we don't come back, tell my daughter Kira I'm sorry." My mother's name was Sarah Voss. They told me she died in a shuttle accident when I was 3. They lied. My mother is one of the 12 ghosts trapped in that repeating corridor. And that changes everything. The future me. I didn't go to Station Echo to stop the nightmare. I went there to find her. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If you're as captivated by this mystery as I am, make sure to follow and subscribe for the next part of the story. There's so much more to uncover. My mother, Sarah Voss, didn't die in a shuttle accident. That was a lie. She died at Station Echo, and it wasn't a kind lie to spare a child's feelings. It was a high-level cover-up, designed to bury the truth of what really happened out there. I've spent my entire life thinking her loss was just bad luck, a tragic twist of fate. But now I know it was the result of a targeted experiment. And understanding that simple, horrific fact is the key to why I'm getting these messages from a future version of myself. I spent the next 8 hours in a blur of adrenaline and fury. I bypassed 6 biometric security layers, executed one technically illegal quantum data siphon, and finally pulled my mother's complete personnel file. Sarah Voss, astrophysicist. Her specialization wasn't just theory. It was the bleeding edge of quantum temporal mechanics. She wasn't just a crew member on Station Echo, she was the principal architect for half the deep field experiments. The piece of information that made my hands shake so violently I had to stabilize them on the desk. It was a simple dummy note in her pre-flight log. She knew about the pattern before the mission even launched. She knew. She saw the data. She saw the risk. And she went anyway. Her personal, encrypted logs, the ones permanently scrubbed from the official mission record, describe a lifelong obsession she called temporal echoes. Her theory was that consciousness isn't just something contained in the present. It's a wave function that resonates across its entire potential timeline. Our past, present, and future selves are all linked by a single quantum thread. She believed that near the extreme gravity of the black hole Obsidian 7, these echoes would be amplified, made audible, and maybe even visible. She went to Station Echo with the profound, devastating hope that she could communicate with her own future self. But the final entry in her personal project log is utterly different. The font is jittery, the syntax rushed. The calm academic tone is gone, replaced by naked terror. It says, the pattern responded. It didn't just communicate. It showed me Kira, not as she is now, but as she will be. Standing right where I'm standing. Making the same choice. This isn't exploration. It's recursion. We aren't testing the laws of physics. We are caught in a time loop. And I have no idea how to break the cycle. That entry was filed 2 days before Station Echo went silent forever. Now, you have to grasp the true, terrifying nature of this problem. This isn't textbook Einstein. When you fall toward a black hole, time dilates. From the outside, you appear to age slower, eventually freezing at the event horizon, an eternal snapshot. But from your own perspective, time flows normally right up until you cross that boundary. The observer sees you stuck forever in that final moment. But here's the insane, soul-crushing part. If consciousness is a quantum state and my mother staked her life on it, then your awareness doesn't just freeze. It splinters. Every possible version of you, the one who ran, the one who made the opposite choice, exists simultaneously at that boundary. All your potential selves, layered on top of each other in one static, infinite moment. The pattern isn't a radio signal from inside the black hole. It's the cumulative, agonizing echo of every soul who ever got too close and became trapped in that final quantum fractured moment. And my mother, she heard me in there. I finally found it. A fragmentary video file she recorded the night before the final transmission. She's in her quarters. Her face is a map of fear and exhaustion, but her eyes have this cold clarity of absolute resolve. She says, Kira, if you ever hear this, know that I'm doing this for you. The pattern showed me the future. It showed me you coming here, and I can't let that happen. So I'm going to attempt a temporal countermeasure that might erase my existence entirely. But if it keeps you safe, if it breaks the loop, it's worth it. The video corrupts into a violent cascade of pixels. When it clears, she's standing somewhere else. Observation Deck 3, the exact spot from the video I got from my future self. She's holding that small glowing metallic cube. I'm leaving you the key. You'll know what it means when the time comes. Don't trust the Eclipse Division. They know more than they're saying. And whatever you do, don't open the door. The video cuts out. Eclipse Division. I'd never seen the name. No public records. No academic papers. but buried in a heavily compressed and corrupted mission manifest from the Station Echo archives, I found it. Eclipse Division, Black Budget Research Group, founded 2790, objective, weaponized temporal anomalies. Status, classified. They weren't funding my mother's research to understand the universe. They were trying to build a time-based weapon. And my mother's final act wasn't a desperate escape. It was a sacrifice designed to destroy their project and send a warning forward through time. Now I know the mission I'm trying to stop isn't a rescue mission. It's a recruitment mission, and it's for me. This morning, not 10 minutes ago, I received a message. It bypassed every firewall, every system log, appearing directly on my personal isolated terminal. It was one line of cold, machine-like text. Dr. Voss, we've been waiting for you. Report to Facility 17. The mission begins in 48 hours. I never applied for this mission. I never told anyone about the messages, the videos, or the cube. But somehow, the Eclipse Division already knows the future and I'm supposed to be their weapon. They found me, predictably, effortlessly. 2 agents from the Eclipse Division just materialized at the entrance of Hangar Bay Delta 9. They didn't storm the place. They didn't even draw their sidearms. They just stood there, framed by the dust motes dancing in a single shaft of morning light, and waited. It was like they knew the calculus of my desperation, knew I'd exhaust the option of running eventually, and they were right. I walked out, because running only delays the inevitable. I need answers, and the people who engineered this disaster are the only ones holding the data chips. The lead agent, a man with the unnerving stillness of a predator, introduced himself as Commander Riker, ex-military Black Ops, now the operational face of the Eclipse Division. He is the kind of person who has seen things that would shatter the average psyche and decided those things were merely engineering challenges. His first words were a masterclass in psychological warfare. Dr. Voss, we are not your enemy. We are offering you a chance to finish what your mother started. I didn't blink. I just asked, what does that mean, Commander? He allowed himself a cold, precise smile. To bring her home. That's their angle. They're playing the daughter card. They know I've seen the videos. They know I understand that fragments of my mother's consciousness are trapped in that endless, screaming loop. They're dangling the promise of reunion and rescue like a lure on a quantum fishing line. I had to suppress the surge of hope, holding tight to my cynicism. I cut right to the core. What is the real mission, Riker? He didn't hesitate. His composure was absolute. Retrieval. Eclipse Division has confirmed that within Obsidian 7's temporal rift, there is a structure. It is not natural. It is not human. We believe it is a universal repository of temporal data. Every moment that ever unfolded near the black hole, perfectly stored, accessible. If we can successfully extract that repository, we unlock the ability to observe any point in history, predict any point in the future. The sheer scale of it just forces you into silence. Access to all of time. The power to witness every decision, every ripple, every outcome. On one hand, you could become the ultimate benevolent guardian, preventing every disaster, stopping every conflict, curing every disease. On the other hand, you could become the ultimate tyrant. You could rewrite history to suit your own agenda, erase rivals before they even become threats. You could become a functional god to a universe that doesn't even know it's being watched. I had to press him on the terrifying variable. I said, and the entity my mother warned about? The one consuming consciousness. Riker's smile finally vanished. The change was chilling, contained, contained, contained. or conveniently ignored. Dr. Voss, he said, stepping closer, his voice dropping to a gravelly threat. Your mother was a genius, but she was alone, under extreme temporal stress and experiencing what our psychological profiles refer to as extreme temporal psychosis. The entity she described was almost certainly a hallucination, a manifestation of a mind shattering. You don't believe that, Commander? No, he said, his eyes drilling right into mine, but my superiors do. And that is what matters. They gave me the impossible choice, laid out in cold military terms. Option A, join the mission. Go to Station Echo. Enter the temporal rift using my inherent genetic compatibility with the original system. Retrieve the repository data. And, as a secondary objective, locate and extract my mother's consciousness fragment. Or option B, refuse. Walk away. And watch them launch the mission with 12 other less qualified personnel. People who don't have my mother's neural template. People who will absolutely fracture, adding 12 more agonizing voices to the pattern. 12 more meals for the thing that lurks inside time. It's an ethical no-win. I could risk myself to potentially save my mother and prevent more deaths. Or I could choose safety and guarantee the continuation of this nightmare. I took 3 long hours. I reviewed my mother's final log, the one about recursion. And I realized the full weight of her final thought. The loop isn't about Station Echo, it's about choice. We keep choosing to look, to push, to open doors we shouldn't. That's the real pattern. Curiosity isn't our strength. It's our trap. She knew I would end up here. She knew I'd be faced with this exact agonizing decision. She was trying to tell me, don't do it. Break the loop. Choose the path of safety. But here is the final, tragic failing of the human spirit. We cannot help ourselves. I looked at Riker, and I gave him my answer. I'm going. I'm not going because I'm a hero. I'm going because if I don't, someone else will, they will fail, and the cost to consciousness will be even greater. At least if I take the risk, I walk in with the benefit of my own 2-century warning. I told Riker I needed 3 non-negotiable conditions. First, full access. Complete, unredacted access to every single data file related to Station Echo, the Eclipse Division, and the Obsidian Project. Second, team selection. I choose my operational team. No Eclipse Division personnel unless I vet them personally. And third, extraction. If I find my mother's consciousness, she is coming back. No exceptions. No containment or study protocols. Riker agreed instantly. Way too quickly. Which means he's lying about at least one of those conditions. The mission launches in 36 hours. I was immediately put through the Neural Temporal Navigator, a high-end simulator designed to prepare my awareness for the rift. They're trying to teach my brain how to exist in multiple time states without shattering. The process is excruciating. Imagine experiencing an entire year of sensory data, emotionally and physically, in a single second. Your mind is screaming against the compression. But with enough repetition, the neural pathways adapt. They call it temporal elasticity. I call it agony. But tonight, during the final deepest dive simulation, something happened. I was navigating a temporal fragment, a perfect, clear memory of Station Echo's observation deck, and I saw someone standing there, watching me. Not a crew member, not my mother. It was tall, roughly humanoid, but distorted, as if it was assembled from shadows and angles that defy geometry. And when it turned its head toward me, I felt a violation. It was inside my mind, crawling through my thoughts. It spoke, not in sound waves, but in pure, cold conceptual meaning. You're coming. Finally. We've been waiting for the door to be fully opened. The simulation instantly crashed. Emergency system shut down. The technicians are blaming a massive neural feedback error. A glitch. I know better. The thing in the rift knows I'm coming. And it's not excited for a guest, it's excited for a meal. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you want to find out what happens next, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll see you at Station Echo. The launch was 16 hours ago. I'm currently aboard the transport vessel Icarus en route to Station Echo. We'll arrive at Obsidian 7's orbit in 4 hours. 4 hours until I step through the door my mother couldn't close. This is Dr. Kira Voss, recording log entry. I don't know anymore. Let's just call this what it is. The end of the line. My team is small. Just 3 others. There's Dr. Lin Zhao, a quantum physicist. Brilliant, but skeptical. She doesn't believe in the pattern, this repeating signal that has haunted my life. To her, it's just electromagnetic interference. Then there's Marcus Reeves, our engineer. He's pragmatic, quiet. He lost his brother to a temporal experiment a decade ago. He's not here for the science. He's here for answers. And finally, Commander Riker. He insisted on coming, saying Eclipse Division needs oversight. I know why he's really here. He's here to make sure I don't back out. He's here to make sure I see this through to the bitter end. Station Echo is visible now, a dark scar against the swirling maw of the black hole. We're getting closer and it's worse than the footage showed. The station isn't just damaged, it's wrong. The architecture shifts as I look at it. Corridors that should be straight now curve in impossible ways. Windows that have no business aligning somehow connect, showing different parts of the station at the same time. It's like looking at a building that exists in multiple dimensions at once. Lin just confirmed it. Spatial distortion, she said, her voice tight. Time dilation is affecting the physical structure. Marcus, ever the pragmatist, muttered, or something's bending it from inside. I think he's right. We docked 30 minutes ago. Against all odds, the station's airlock still functions. Life support is active, though the air is stale and cold. Emergency lights flicker down the endless corridors, casting long dancing shadows. And the cube, my mother's cube, is vibrating in my pocket, is getting warmer, almost like it's happy to be home. It recognizes this place. We're stepping into the belly of the beast. Walking through Station Echo is like moving through a memory that doesn't want to end. It's a nightmare caught on a loop. The corridors twist back on themselves. We've passed the same junction 3 times now, each time from a different angle. Riker's mapping device is useless. It can't track our position. It says we're moving, but space itself isn't responding normally. Then, we heard it. Footsteps. Clear as day, echoing down the hall. We froze, turned, but there was no one there. Lin pulled out her scanner. Her eyes went wide. I'm picking up biosignatures, she whispered. 12 of them. All around us. But they're flickering, appearing and disappearing. The original crew. They're still here. Trapped in their last moments, repeating them for eternity. We finally reached Observation Deck 3, the place from my mother's last message. The heart of this nightmare. And there she was, not physically, of course, but her presence. A temporal echo so strong, so profound, I could almost see her silhouette against the void. Standing right by the window, holding the cube exactly like in the video. My hand trembled as I pulled out the real cube. It was glowing now, pulsing with a soft, warm light, humming in rhythm with something I couldn't hear. Marcus pointed, his voice barely a whisper. "What is that?" I looked at the shimmering light, at the echo of my mother. "The key," I said. It was always the key. I stepped forward and placed the cube on the observation deck's control panel. It clicked into place with a definitive, chilling sound like it was designed for it. Instantly, the panel activated. Holographic displays erupted around us, bathing the dark room in a ghostly blue light. And in that instant, everything became clear. I finally understood. The cube wasn't just storing my mother's consciousness, it was storing instructions. A map, a pathway through the temporal rift. She'd figured it out. She found a way to navigate it, to reach the repository of knowledge inside the black hole without fracturing time itself. But she'd also left a warning, a final protocol, a message that plays only when the cube is activated here at Station Echo. Her voice, clear and calm, filled the room. "Kira, if you're hearing this, you didn't listen. You came anyway." My heart stopped. "So here's the truth," she continued. "The entity in the rift is not malevolent. It's not good either. It's a parasite. It feeds on consciousness trapped in temporal loops. Every moment of suffering, every repeated memory, every dying scream. It consumes. That's what the pattern is, Kira. It's a feeding signal." Lynn grabbed my arm, her face pale. "We need to leave, now." But my mother's voice wasn't finished. "Eclipse Division wants the repository, but they don't understand what it costs. To access it, someone has to enter the rift completely, body and mind, and once you're inside, you become part of it, forever. That's why I couldn't come back. I tried to close the door from the inside. I failed, but I can help you finish it." The holographic map solidified, showing a shimmering path. It led from the observation deck window, straight into the event horizon, straight into the space between moments. Suddenly, Riker raised his weapon, pointing it at me. "You're going in, Doctor. That's the mission." I stared at him, the cold realization washing over me. "You knew," I said, my voice shaking with rage. "You knew she was trapped inside." His face was a mask of cold duty. "Eclipse Division needs that data. Your mother's sacrifice will not be meaningless." Before he could do anything else, Marcus stepped between us, shielding me. "She's not going anywhere, Commander." But I understood now, it was all a loop. My mother went in. I was always going to follow. That's what the pattern has shown her. My destiny. "There's another way," I said, my voice steady now. The cube had one more function, a reset protocol. My mother's last resort. If activated inside the rift, it would collapse the entire temporal distortion, close the door permanently. But there was a catch. Whoever activated it would be erased. Not killed. Erased from time itself, as if they had never existed. "Your mother couldn't do it alone," I explained, looking straight at Riker. "The entity was too strong. But if two consciousnesses enter simultaneously, one as bait and one as the trigger, we can overload it. Collapse the rift for good." Riker shook his head. "That's not the mission." I smiled, a sad final smile. "No, but it's the right thing to do." Before anyone could react, I grabbed the cube and ran to the window. The glass was already dissolving, reality thinning around the edges. I could feel the pull of Obsidian 7, the rift opening its hungry mouth. And then I heard my mother's voice, one last time, not from a recording, but in my own mind. "I'm proud of you. Finish it." And so I jumped. Time shattered. I experienced everything at once. The station's launch, the crew's hopes turning to horror, their final looping hours, my mother's lonely sacrifice. And I saw the entity vast, ancient, and so hungry, reaching for me. But I wasn't alone. My mother's consciousness was there, a shield of light, still fighting, still holding the door. Together we activated the reset. The entity screamed, not in sound, but in pure, unadulterated meaning. A psychic wave of rage, hunger, and loss washed over me. And then, nothing. I woke up on the Icarus. They said 3 days had passed. I have no memory of how I got back. The others, they said I just appeared on the transport suddenly, as if I had never left. Station Echo was gone. Not destroyed, erased. All readings from Obsidian 7 showed no temporal distortion, no rift. It was just a black hole again. Eclipse Division was shut down. The entire mission was classified, buried. Everyone involved was reassigned. But here's the thing that keeps me awake at night. Sometimes, when the ship is quiet, I hear my mother's voice, not as a memory, it's real. And she just says 2 words, "Thank you." And in my pocket, I still have the cube. It doesn't glow anymore, but every once in a while, it hums. Just a little. Like something still inside, waiting. This is Dr. Kira Voss. If you're hearing this recording, don't look for Station Echo. Some doors should stay closed. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow for more. Until next time.